Hello everyone, I'm Tarunwal Reddy. Welcome to my channel. Today we are at day 29 of 100 days of cloud by Kode Kloud. In the day 29 task, we're going to create a VPC pairing between public VPC and a private VPC. So before going to solve this task, I'm going to explain what we are actually doing in this task. So first see here, this is the AWS account. In that AWS account, there is already a public VPC is and a private VPC being created. In that public VPC, in one subnet, there is a public EC2 instance was deployed, and another private VPC also an EC2 instance with private IP was deployed. Now, through the VPC pairing, we need to establish the connection between the private VPC and the public VPC. So in the end of the task, if you ping the private IP from the public instance, it should be accessible. So let's start the task. Check the task clearly here. There is already an existing EC2 instance in the public VPC with the name of Xfusion public EC2, and there is already an existing private VPC with the name of private VPC and the CIDR block of /16, and there is an existing subnet in Xfusion private VPC with the CIDR block of /24, and there is an existing EC2 instance in the private subnet with the name of Xfusion private EC2. So our task is to create a pairing connection between the default VPC and the private VPC. So by using the VPC pairing, we can connect the private VPC and the public VPC, and we can establish the connection between the private EC2 instance and the public EC2 instance. And also we have to configure the route tables to enable the communication between these two VPCs. After that, ensure private EC2 instance accessible from the public EC2 instance. In the last step, we have to add the public keys to the EC2 instance that was in the public VPC, and we are able to connect using the AWS client, that means this client, and we have to allow the ICMP traffic in the subnet of private VPC. And we have to SSH into the EC2 instance and ensure that you can ping the private EC2 instance from the public EC2 instance. So login using the console URL. By using the VPC pairing, we can also connect the different VPCs in the different regions also, not only in a single region. So search for VPC isolated cloud resources, click on VPC, click on your VPCs to check how many VPCs are that are already existing. This is the default VPC and this is the private VPC. Before, we need to create the VPC pairing. Click on pairing connections, create pairing connections, provide the name of the VPC pairing, and the name should be Xfusion VPC pairing. Copy this, give it here, and select the requester and the acceptor. We are requesting from the public VPC, and select VPC to the pair with my account and the same region. So select the VPC that the private VPC, and these the CIDR blocks of public VPC and the private VPC. Copy this. This will be useful after when we are adding the routes to the VPC pairing. Now click on create pairing connection. It was successfully requested. Now click on actions and accept request. Again click on accept request. Once the connection was done, we need to modify the route tables. So again click on modify my route tables now. These are the two routing tables. These are the two route tables that are created. First, click on this. This is the CIDR block of public VPC. So this is attached to the public VPC, and if you check this route table, and this is the private VPC's CIDR block. So this is connected to the, or this is attached to the private VPC, or otherwise we can check here. Click on your VPCs and click on private VPC. Click on resource map to check which resources are attached to this VPC subnet and ending with routing table B65. So again click on route tables and see, this is the route table that was attached to the private VPC. Now select the route table that is attached to the private VPC and click on subnet associations and edit subnet associations. Now choose the private subnet that was already created and click on save associations. After this was subnet successfully associated, again click on routes, click on edit routes. This is the public, this is the private subnet, right? So in this route we need to add the public subnets CIDR block, and the public subnet CIDR block will be this. Simply copy this and paste it, and again choose pairing connection, choose the pairing connection that we have created and click on save changes. Now the routes are created successfully. Again click on route tables. Now choose the sub now choose the route table that was attached to the public subnet. Again click on routes. Now click on edit routes, add route. Now provide the private VPC's CIDR block, and this would be 10.1.0.0./16. Paste here and again choose pairing connections, Xfusion VPC pairing. Click on save changes. Now this route table also successfully attached. Now both are done. If you again check the task clearly here, after establishing the connection between the public VPC and the private VPC, we have to configure the route tables between these two VPCs, and that's also done. Now ensure that private instance is accessible from the public instance. For that, search for EC2 VPC part done. Now we need to provide the security group changes, and we have to check the connection between the public EC2 and the private EC2. Click on EC2. Two instances are already in running. Now choose the public EC2 instance, and again before going to connect to this EC2 instance, select the private EC2 instance and click on security. Select the security group, click on edit inbound rules. Again add rule, we have to add the SSH anywhere IPv4, and also we have to add the ICMP hyphen IPv4 from the CIDR block that was only public EC2 public VPC. So get the CIDR block of public VPC, click on your VPCs, and this was the CIDR block of public VPC. Copy this and give here. From this CIDR block, the traffic can be accessed into the EC2 instance that was in the private VPC. So click on save rules. This part we are done now. Clearly check here. We may also need to update the security group of the private EC2 instance to allow ICMP traffic from the public default VPC CIDR. So this is now we are enabled. Now we can check the EC2 instance is able to ping to the private EC2 instance in the private VPC. Now click on choose the public EC2 instance and click on connect. After connecting to the public EC2 instance, try to ping to the private EC2 instance. Ping, copy the private EC2 instance IP. Now paste it. Count of 5. Enter. Now we can see we are able to get the response from the private EC2 instance, and out of 5 packets we received 5 packets. So we are successfully established the connection between the private VPC and the public VPC, and we are able to get the response from the instance that was deployed on the private VPC. So in the last we have to add the public keys to the EC2 instance that was in the public VPC. We have to SSH into the EC2 instance, and then we can check the private VPC, and then we can check the connection between the public and the private VPC again. First generate the SSH key. Copy the public key of the AWS client, and this is the public EC2, right? So cd2 route and home EC2 user dot SSH, then authorize keys. Click on enter and try to paste the key that we had copied. The key was successfully copied into the public EC2 instance. Try to save the file. This was done. Now try to SSH into the public EC2 instance using the AWS client. SSH EC2 user @ copy the public IP. Enter. Asking for confirmation. Yes. And we are able to connect it to the public EC2 instance. Now let's try to ping to the private EC2 with the public EC2 instance. Again copy the private IP click on paste, and we are done. We are able to get the response from the private instance. So for this task is completed. Now check the task and see we are successfully completed this task. If you really like my explanation, please do like, share and subscribe to my channel, and thanks for watching this video.